All right, good afternoon, folks. We have breaking news coming out from the Defense Internet NOTAMs service. DINS, D-I-N-S. This is Air Force, Army, Navy, and Marine Corps. This is a notification. And from our research, I have been calling all of my high-ranking security clearance bearing intel, Air Force, Navy, Nuclear Command, Seaburn, you name it. I've called everybody I know that's in the know, and they all say the same thing. They have never heard of Russia coming this close to the United States and firing missiles. Now, they have done it before next to Alaska. They have never, ever, ever done anything like this that any of my people can or have even heard of, much less being able to prove. That they have never even heard of this. And, I'm sure that there are people who are going to say, oh, Lee, you're full of shit. They're not doing that. That's not true. This is clickbait. You're not telling the truth. Well, you know what? For those who want to say that shit, I'm going to put it right here in the chat. This is the link to the notification from the NOTAMs, and I'm going to show it to you. Right here it is. This is the official website. The following NOTAM was selected by the user from a previous request. This list may not reflect all NOTAMs or active NOTAMs or any of the below locations, but this one here was issued today at 21:01 GMT, so not that long ago, May the 16th, that's today, of 2024. And it is regarding the KZAK Oakland, OCA/FIR. The Russian Federation plans to conduct rocket firings. Impact within the Oakland ARTCC. That's it right here. Oh, excuse me. Down here. It's the map I showed you earlier. And it says area defined as 2-9-5-0-0-0 north by 12-8-5-2-0-0-0 west. Excuse me, 2 zeros, not 3. To 2-9-2-1-0-0 north to 12-6-4-6-0-0 west. And it gives the area that they're going to be operating in and the impact area. And this will be conducted daily between 2000 hours and 2300 hours. That's Zulu time. And that'll be conducted on the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. Now, this request was done on the 13th. It was created at 02/21 of 2024 Zulu time. No, it's not going to cause any earthquakes in California. Telling you.
Go, I say, go away, boy, you bother me.
Earthquakes in California. Are you kidding me? Are you really?
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Yes, you can share this. Yeah, it's okay. EAMs are emergency action messages. Correct. They're trying to intimidate. Exactly. So, what would that look like? Well, we're going to talk more about this on tonight's broadcast on KLW World News. We're going to show you, right now, I'm going to show you the map again. For those of you who are just getting here, you're late. Well, we don't know if we're in danger. It depends upon what they're going to do with these missiles. Okay, if they're going to do a test like they say they're going to do, well, then it's not a problem. But the question is, why do you have to sail your fleet all the way to the west coast of the United States to fire your fucking missiles? Russia's way the fuck over there. Why are you coming all the way over here? So it's an intimidation thing, but, you know, if you ever wanted to nuke the west coast, this would be the way to do it. Well, these missiles are fairly reliable. That's the issue here. These are Iskanders, basically. So, well, they've got the whole world they could have done this at. They don't need to be coming here just miles off of the West Coast. I mean, this is California. Here they are. Okay. Here's California. There they are. Well, Cuba's only 90 miles away, but in Cuba, they weren't firing missiles. No, they're not within 7 miles. They're in international waters. So, yeah, it's absolutely insane. Because technically, if Putin had a ship off the West Coast, a ship in the Gulf of Mexico, and a ship off the East Coast, he could black out the entire United States in 40 seconds. We don't know how many ships. It's going to have to be a lot of them if they're going to be firing missiles every freaking day for 10 days. Yeah, it's insane what we're seeing here, folks. Absolutely insane. Yeah, it only takes 40 seconds of flight time for a rocket to get enough altitude. If you think I'm kidding, go read the EMP Commission report. Well, it's not crazy. There's the official announcement. You can read it yourself. Take a screenshot. So, yeah, this is not a joke. We're going to be talking about this more tonight. We're going to show you video of it tonight. So, insane. Yes. They announced it today. The request was made on the 13th. And it starts today. And it's at from 2000 hours, which is 8 p.m. in the UK. So let me get a yeah, so it started as of an hour ago or 2 hours ago. Because it's it's 2200. So this start. No, wait a minute. It goes from So it started 2 hours ago. Does the mainstream media tell you that? No. In fact, there's no other streamer that I know of that's covering this. I got the notification from Duramax. He called me. He's like, dude, can you look at this? So it's 2200 hours in the UK GMT, Kevin D. I just looked it up. The current time in the UK. MWL, he hasn't posted this as far as I know. And if he did, it's because I called him and told him. Yeah, they did a hypersonic test over there. Well, they're claiming it's just a test. Yeah, Roger, go ahead. Digital. Please do. Well, no, they didn't say it's a nuclear test. They're just testing their firing of these missiles for 10 days. I don't know. I haven't been listening to EAMs this afternoon. I've been doing this and a few other things. I got floodwaters come in, and I got the new simulator in. I've got a new radio system I've tested. My government radio just came in. Military radio, technically. Yeah, roger that. They told Ukraine the same thing. This is just a test, or just a training exercise. So, all right. Thank you, Digital. Correct. They claimed invading Ukraine was training also. But again, if you look at the EMP, the Commission's report, it only takes 40 seconds of flight time. If you have a ship off the East Coast in international waters, you have a ship off the West Coast in international waters, and you have a ship in the Gulf of Mexico in international waters, and all three of those ships fire missiles at the exact same time, nuclear warheads, high yield for airburst for EMP type of device. Each one of those missiles only has to fly for 40 seconds. So they can hit the button, and 40 seconds later, the lights go out in the United States. That's all it takes, 40 seconds. Yeah, the new one's going to be badass. When we put the new server on it, Well, there ain't supposed to be flying in there. There's no authorization granted for that area. Yeah, no authorization granted for that area. Don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're staging or not. All I can tell you is they've got authorization and have given notification that they're going to be firing missiles from 2000 hours to 2300 hours for 10 days. They're going to do it on the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd, the 24th, 25th. Well, it's actually 11 days if you count the 26th as well. Well, they don't have to have an authorization really from anybody. They're in international waters. They've put out the notification telling everybody that they're going to be doing it there. It started 2 hours ago. Well, we don't have a choice. It's in international waters. The Russians are shooting the missiles. Well, that's what some people say, that they're just flexing their muscle, but it's like the colonel said, you got some real swagger if you're going to be coming within our training area and firing missiles in the direction of the United States. I mean, think of that. Yeah, it's off our coast. Right there it is. That's California. That's Los Angeles. There's San Diego. There's Los Angeles, Oakland, San Francisco. Training area, training area, training area. Russians. Well, they've already said that they're in World War III with the United States and NATO. They've already said that. They've already said that they're preparing for war. And it was interesting this evening, or excuse me, not this evening, this morning, during the NATO briefing, when NATO said that the Russian military is bigger than they were before the invasion of Ukraine, but they're not seeing those troops on the border with Ukraine. He didn't say we're seeing them on the border of the Baltics. He didn't say we're seeing them on the border of Poland. He just said we're not seeing those troops on the border or in the fight with Ukraine. Yes, this may explain part of the deluge of EAMs last night. Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say, Steve. Exactly what I was going to say. I didn't see the sub on the East Coast, creamy goodness. I have no evidence of the sub on the East Coast. I did not see that. People claimed it. People said they thought. I have seen no evidence of the sub out there or anything that tells me there was a sub out there. Yes, there was Skymaster last night. So we're going to have a big show on this tonight. That's going to be coming up here on KLW World News on Rumble, because I can't show you what do you mean scare tactics? It's a show of intimidation. Hawaii's not anywhere near this. This is off the fucking coast. I can go out there in a goddamn sailboat. You can almost ride out there in a jet ski. Well, yeah, Skymaster, and then 24 hours later, they're doing this shit. I mean, look, guys. Here's the coast of California. Here's the international boundary. There they are. So they're like twice as far off the coast of the international boundary maybe 3 times. So they're only 36 miles or so off the coast. That ain't fucking far. It's not, that ain't a fucking long way. Well, it's more than 36 miles, but I'll put it to you this way. They're off our coast. They didn't request it from anybody. They just notified us that they were going to do it because it's international waters. And there it is. All big and pretty for you. If you want to take a screenshot, there it is right there. Sure thing, Bradley. They are firing towards the U.S. They're at this end and they're going to be firing this way. No, it shouldn't set off nukes if you sink their boat. They're not coming within international waters. They don't have to come within international waters. We don't have any control over it. Tired of the BS? Yeah, I'll have to measure what that is. I don't have. Well, all I got to do is measure how long this is. Right there. So it's 3 times whatever the international water boundary is. Or actually, that's the commercial zone. I think is what that is. So they're about 200 miles out. So it is a little bit more than a jet ski will do. Either way, that's a hell of a lot closer than I want them to be. Yes, there was a Russian sub off the coast of Alaska last year. I've already looked that up too. Dude, we don't do UFO shit here. If you can prove a UFO, then prove it. But if you can't...
Go, I say go away, boy, you bother me.
Those are airports, is what those blue things are. Correct. It's Russian posturing. The problem is they're doing it off of our coast. Most cargo ships do not have live cams on board. Fine, we don't care if you're concerned or not. Obviously, that means you're oblivious. I'm not aware that we've ever done firings right off the Russian coast like this. I'm not aware that the U.S. has ever done it. Correct. It's international waters. Yeah, international waters. Wilson, prove to me that a missile or a bomb causes an earthquake. Can you do that? When has a missile or a bomb ever caused an earthquake that you can prove?
Survey said.
Not aware of a missile or a bomb causing an earthquake. Now, an underground nuclear detonation that may cause an earthquake, but that's not what we're talking about here. Well, they went to the border with Ukraine and said that that was a training exercise, and instead they attacked Ukraine. I said it wasn't going to be a training exercise. They're firing a missile. That's all they're saying. The Russian Federation plans to conduct rocket firing impact area within the Oakland ARTCC Oceanic. And that's going to take place. Here's the official notice. That's going to take place from the 16th through the 26th. It starts at 2300 hours. Starts at 2000 hours and goes to 2300 hours Zulu time. So, yeah. No, they didn't. Hawa Muhammad, you are full of shit. Ukraine brought NATO military to near Russia. You're full of shit, dude. You're absolutely full of shit. I don't even see how you can breathe. Your head is so far up your ass. Yeah, roger that. Russia broke the Budapest Memorandum by invading Ukraine. The difference between rockets and missiles, rockets are normally not guided and missiles are, but it's almost indistinguishable. But technically a rocket is not guided and a missile is. It's already started, GoFlow. Yeah, it's they're showing that they can do it. They can come right off the coast and fire missiles, and we can't and won't do anything about it. They're aiming at a target that they're going to put out there somewhere, or they just might be firing it to watch it land in the water. Well, I don't have confirmation of activity. This is 200 miles off the coast. All I know is they're out there, and they said they were going to start at 2300. Excuse me, at 2000 hours, which is 8 p.m. UTC. Or excuse me, is it? It's yeah, from 2000 hours to 2300 hours. So from 8 p.m. UTC to 2300 hours UTC. So the first day's events will be over in 40 minutes. Correct. There's nothing you can do about it. It's in international waters. Oh, we'll see if the U.S. responds. They haven't done shit. No, it's not a joint operation. It's a Russian. Yeah, roger that, Wes. Let's see here. Let's go back to this one so you guys can see it. Now, Ray, I'm not going to say for sure this is why we had all the commotion, but look, every time we have crazy commotion like that, something like this happens. And remember, I told you yesterday that all of the EAMs that were going out were U.S. U.S. I said none of these are international. These are all U.S. None of these are European. None of these are Asian. These are all U.S. So yes, common sense says yes, but I don't do common sense. I do facts. So, this we do this for a living, folks. We do this 7 days a week. We have hundreds of people around the world that provide us with information on a daily basis. There are between 2,600 and 5,600 messages that go across the KLW World News Network every day. Again, Clark, we don't know for sure if this is why the EAMs lit up last night, but I would expect the EAMs to light up because of this. And we saw the EAMs light up last night, and we said last night that this was a domestic thing. And sure enough, today, da-da-da-da, what do you mean Biden's response was dull? Don't. Biden's response was, can I get sprinkles on that? Yeah, it's insane here. Yes, it's active now, Nick. Yeah, roger that. Lots of messages from Skymaster. So it's getting crazy out there, folks. Well, they're supposed to land in international waters, but that doesn't mean that they will. because they're major cities. I wouldn't doubt it. Curtis, if you think it's a false alarm, please go the fuck somewhere else, dude. I don't do false alarms. This is fucking real. You can read the goddamn thing yourself.
Go, I say, go away, boy, you bother me.
Get lost, dipshit.
Oh, it'd be great intel. You know, if we have a ship out there that's going to monitor it, we should have. We should have ships out there. We should have aircraft out there. Yeah, how can you? It's an official notification from the Defense Internet NOTAM service. Here is the fucking map. That's not a false alarm. It is not speculation. I don't know, Nick. You saw what they did with Ukraine. Yeah, Eric, there's a bunch of Russian ships off the West Coast firing missiles for the next 10 days. Yeah, they started firing 3 hours ago. I probably do somewhere. I have over 3,000 sound effects. Well, it depends. UK, he's putting together a 3.5 million man army right now. Oh no, Fox isn't going to say a word about this. I haven't looked on flight radar, folks. I'll be honest with you. I have been. And you're not going to see it most likely on flight radar because it's 200 miles out there. So let's see here what we see. The only thing I see up out there is a KC 46A Pegasus. He's probably flying with somebody else. And I want to do this. Oh, yeah, the airspace is empty. Fucking A right, the airspace is empty. You can see for yourself. This is where it's going on. Straight out off this hook here. So if you look at the map, straight out off the hook. See there, coming straight out off the hook. That's where they're operating. You swap back to this map, straight out off the hook. It's right here. So yeah, they're avoiding it like the plague. There's no aircraft out there. We got fighters out here. So we got fighter jets off our coast. And I would bet that there's fighter jets flying with him too. So, yeah, that's the area we need to watch for. Right there. This far out there. So, yeah, right here's where they're at. And like I said, we got fighter jets off the coast. We got wings here. I don't know what that guy is. We got fighter jets here. We got more fighter jets up here. And like I said, there's somebody flying with this guy. He ain't out there for the fuck of it. Yeah, we need to keep our eye on everything. So, folks, if you're not part of the KLW World News Network, you should be. It's really simple. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/KLW News and sign up. I will put the link in the chat for you. If you want to be a full-fledged member of KLW World News, sign up as a bronze. And when we have more space for you, you can become a full-fledged member. Currently, the network is full. So the closest you can be to being a KLW World News member is a bronze. So go there and get signed up. That way you will be notified anytime, anything like this. There is a NOTAM for the same time period off of the Barrett C2. Holy shit, Titan. That's not fucking good. That is not fucking good. Well, that means if they wanted to fire nukes at the U.S. and fire nukes at Europe at the same time, they fucking could, because they've got NOTAMs to be firing missiles over there in Europe and be firing missiles over here in the U.S. at the same time. No wonder our fucking planes are flying a different pattern over there today. Send me the link to that and the map. You got a map of that intel? Well, it means that you could fire nuclear missiles, nuclear-tipped cruise missiles from off the coast of the U.S. and off the coast of Europe at the same fucking time and call both of them a training exercise. Well, you got to understand, he's been with Ding-a-ling-ping. And the great part about a high-yield nuke is it doesn't hurt the ground. It just kills all the electronics, and 75% of the population dies within 90 days. According to studies from the Department of Homeland Security. Yeah, that's just fucked up. So get on the network, folks. Now is the time. You can see the NATO map on the DNS, or you can see it here. Right there. You can make it yourself. There is the coordinates of it, so you can plot it yourself. And here is the map that a friend of mine sent me. Wes X, what are you doing? We have 4 E6s up. Great. Fucking great. Well, they call it a refueling plane, but it does more than that. We're not poking the bear. They're over here fucking with us. Now we got to deal with a grizzly bear and a fucking panda bear. All right, appreciate the ship count. Biden's got his thumb up his butt, his other finger's up his nose. No, it's too far away from the ship. Well, Tellish Pixel, we signed an agreement with Ukraine to protect them. So did the UK. In fact, so did the Russians. It's called the Budapest Memorandum. And if Obama would have pulled the cock out of his mouth and said something in 2014 when this all started and done something in 2014 like he was supposed to have done, we wouldn't be in this fucking mess right now. We provided security guarantees and failed to do it. And if Biden would stand up and do what he was fucking supposed to do and provide what he was supposed to do, this wouldn't have went on for all this fucking time. It would have been over with. Biden's more worried about what flavor of ice cream and 2 scoops and sprinkles than he is about the lives of Ukrainians. It's shameful what the fuck he's doing. Correct. Giving him every reason to push for more because we won't do shit. Yep, they're letting the whole world in, folks. They're letting the whole world in. And here it is. Well, I'm telling you, folks, the link is at the top of the chat. Go there and get signed up. We're going to have a war watch on this tonight. We're going to fly some of these areas where some of the nukes have already been stationed around. He doesn't like sausage. He likes salami. And it's not salami. He wants to salong me, is what he said. I want salong me. Yeah. Obama wants.
Up your shaft.
So, yeah, it's only getting worse, folks. It is only getting worse. You need to share this out everywhere so everybody knows. Get on the network. The link is at the top of the chat. Yes, Putin's still in China. He's over there with Ding-a-ling Ping. Yeah, everybody share this out, folks. You all need to share this out. We're the only ones covering this so far. Be sure Duramax is going to cover it. He's the one that called me about it. I verified it. I called all my people. They said, what? So, yeah, it's a...
Get to the chopper!
One of those moments. So, yeah, share this out. Get it out to everybody. Everybody needs to know that Russians are firing missiles off the coast of California for 11 days straight. For 3 hours. That's 33 hours of firing missiles. We go live on Rumble Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, 6 Pacific. Well, they're the ones that are nuts, Pamela. They can go fucking look it up. Well, it ain't cold anymore, Starlight. This is becoming hot. And it's KLW. KLM is an airline. Ball. Yes, Greg's going to cover it. I know he will because I called him and told him. So share it out. Get it out on your social media. Put it out on your Facebook. Send it out on your Twitter. Send it out on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is that you use. If you're old school, you can type it out on a typewriter and send a letter. There's a bunch out there. Well, Paul, if you're old, you got a tablet and a chisel? Well, we're ready, warrior. Yeah, there's a lot of stupid people out there, Noah. Yeah, believe it or not, there were a lot of people in Ukraine who didn't think the Russians would invade. In fact, the vast majority of Ukrainians never thought that the Russians would invade. And I had been counting military vehicles for over a year. That's why when Russia invaded, I told everybody they were going to invade 48 hours before they invaded. I had cameras set up to watch the Russians come across the border. We were the only ones streaming the invasion of Ukraine live when it happened. So, yeah, roger that, Pick. Yeah, well, there's a lot of stupid people in the world. Seems like the farther you go out west, the dumber they get. Right. Media is not going to say a word about this. No, the U.S. isn't going to do anything. The Hawker Hunter is a surveillance aircraft. No, they don't, Kim. No, they don't. So, yeah, it sure does sound like a Red Dawn scenario, but I don't think it is. Our administration is not going to respond. Anytime, Mercy. We don't know if it's something nefarious, but look, this has never happened before. All of my people that I have called, nobody has ever heard of Russians coming up near the west coast of the United States and firing missiles for 11 days straight. Well, you know, every time Putin meets with the Chinese, something happens. Well, Mama, if you were a member of the network, you wouldn't be late to the party because we send out notifications that we're going live and what's going on. So you'll never miss anything if you become a member. That's why the link's at the top of the chat. Go there and sign up as a bronze. If you just want to get notifications, sign up as a silver. The best $10 you'll ever spend. You'll be more informed on that $10 than any other $10 you can spend. You can spend $100 and not be as informed as you will on that $10. We will be on Rumble tonight in an hour and 9 minutes. Excuse me, 2 hours and 9 minutes. Exactly, showing China how easy it would be. I would call an exercise at the exact same time and park my ships at the other end. Look, there's an idiot, Susan. He's a fucking idiot. There are more active brain cells in a pile of my shit than there are in Luckner's brain. What do you mean, do I have a recommendation for a ham radio license? I don't know what a K-fur is. That's not a term I'm familiar with. Is that misspelled, or what the hell are you talking about, a K-fur? I've been around the military my whole life, over half a fucking century, and I've never heard of a K-fur. Oh, yeah, I don't. Israeli jet. I have no idea. I'm not an Israeli jet expert. Oh, yeah, this is planned. The media isn't going to cover this. Spider Sense, you make one more comment like that and you'll be next. It's like inviting a rapist back into your house, or a pedophile with your daughter. So yeah, there is a ship, multiple ships off the coast of California. Yeah, maybe it's the best $10 you'll ever spend. Absolutely, Nick. Share this with everybody. Correct. They don't need our permission to do anything. They're in international waters. The fact that they've come to the west coast of the United States to do it, though, is, how should we say, eyebrow raising. Oh, yes, we do. We got ships out there. Yeah, you can rest assured we got ships out there. And I told you guys last night, when all the EAMs came out, I said something big is about to happen. And I said it's U.S. based. And all of that was based on the number of EAMs that went out and the fact that they were being transmitted in the United States only. And there was a lot of West Coast traffic. And I said that last night. And sure enough, it ain't even fucking 24 hours later, and we've got Russian ships off the West Coast getting ready to fire missiles for 11 days straight. It's never happened before. Nobody I know can tell me, and I did research before I came on the air, folks. I'm one of these people, I need to know what the fuck I'm talking about. A lot of people will run with the story as soon as they hear it. I won't. Because the goal here is to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and be right 100% of the time. I'm not always right. I have been wrong before. I said yellow one time when I meant to say orange, and I've had a couple other minor little shit like that. But most of the time, I'm 100%. It's Russian warships. Could be a submarine, too. It doesn't say that. In fact, there was a sub firing shit last time. Look, they're going to be firing shit for 11 days. They're going to bring all kinds of shit out there to fire missiles. Yes, this is the area that the Russians are operating in right here. Just right here. That's that area right there. So take a screenshot if you want. Correct. They should have a sub out there. I would if I was doing it. You can bet your life I'd have a sub out there. Are you talking about the ones that are going to Israel? Correct. Yeah, this has never happened before. Ever. Never, ever, 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 ever. So share this out. Let everybody know. Nope. They've got permission to do it for 11 days. It could be a ploy there, Whiskey. That's why we're fucking telling you. "200 miles off," which is nothing. They don't have to have permission. They're in international waters. He ain't gonna grow any nuts. The only thing he's done is grow old. Mr. I got a tumor. He just wants to lick some ice cream and fondle children. They can hit a long ways if they fire a cruise missile. Long way. Felix, the government is the source of this NOTAM map. Ding. Right there. Go look it up yourself. I've already put the chat. I've already put it in the comments. The Defense Internet NOTAM Service.
Loud and clear, Western Massachusetts.
Why are you guys doing a radio check on ADSB? That's supposed to be done on the radio check frequency. Right there it is. In plain English. Well, if something happens, then the U.S. can strike back. But what are we going to do? I mean, all Biden does is wants to fondle children. He's done bent over for ding-a-ling ping. It's a little over 200 miles. Is what we calculated out there earlier. I didn't take a measuring stick to it. I was eyeballing it, but it looks like over 200 miles. And it doesn't matter if it's 200 miles off. It does not fucking matter. Hypersonic missile will do that in no time at all. Especially if it's sea skimming, which Russians are. So you won't know it until that missile is 14 miles, 15 miles from the coast. So a missile 14 miles out from the coast, by the time the fucking radar sweeps around again, it's already went by. So a hypersonic missile has to be doing, I think it's 5 times the speed of sound. Okay, that's a mile every 4 seconds. So if it's doing 5 times that, that's a mile every second. Yeah, roger that, Kim. Close enough to do what you need to do and far enough away you can't do anything about it. Correct. They can do an atmospheric EMP. That is correct. UK. Yeah, roger that, ad. It's a long way from the Hawaiian Islands. It's close to the west coast of the U.S. They've already test fired from land. Correct. Live fire drills, firing missiles, rockets, whatever you want to call them, off the coast. Yes, they've had ships this close off the coast, but they haven't been conducting missile drills off of our coast. They've only done it one other time. That was last year, and that was off the coast of Alaska, not off the coast of Southern California. So this is not a good thing. I don't care how you look at it. They're over 200 miles off. The Coast Guard ain't going to do anything. They're in international waters. I did not get the other NOTAM, but Titan Intel did. So I will have to go check and see it over there. I got all kinds of stuff coming in here. Paper, more than likely, they're not transmitting their AIS data. Russian ships don't like to do that. Correct. Exactly what John said. It doesn't matter if they're 12 miles or 800 miles, a hypersonic missile, it doesn't fucking matter. Or he said supersonic. I haven't been monitoring EAMs today. I did it earlier today, but I'm not monitoring them right now. I was out of the studio trying to get some other stuff done. Well, that's a possibility, hey, nay. That is a possibility. So do we know what's going to happen? We have no fucking clue. Oh, you're full of shit. Telling me I've got bad audio rate. You're full of shit. I've got a perfect connection. I haven't dropped a single fucking frame. YouTube's trying to throw me off, folks. Welcome to YouTube. This is why we are on Rumble. Go to the link, top of the chat, get signed up. It's the best $10 you'll ever spend. If you want to be part of the KLW World News Network, become a bronze. Yeah, no issues at all. YouTube sending me a notification. The audio stream current bit rate is lower than recommended. So you're saying that they could hit California in 8 different locations and it would be billions of dollars worth of improvement? We've already looked at the aviation map. There's nobody in the area. That's what the map is right here. This is the area that they're operating in, and there are no aircraft there. See that? This is where they're operating. Here is Hawaii. Here is where they're operating. So they're out here operating in this area right here. This is where they're operating. Here's Hawaii. This is where they're operating. So they're a lot closer. There's no aircraft because they're firing missiles. Would you fly over an area where Russian were flying missiles or firing missiles? Have you seen Russian missiles? Yeah, Russian. It is true. Russian missiles like airliners. Where does it say Eastern Daylight Time? I thought NOTAMs were in Zulu time. Yeah, everything's in GMT on a NOTAM as far as I know. I've got it pulled up. It's right here on the screen. The Russian Federation plans to conduct rocket firing impact area. Wisconsin area. It says from 20 to 2300 on May the 16th and 2024 until the 26th of May at 2300 2024 created. There is no Eastern time. That's on the official military site. So I don't know what you're looking at that says Eastern Daylight Time. I've never heard a NOTAM be issued on Eastern Daylight Time. It's always UTC, Universal Time Coordinated, Zulu time. I have the official NOTAM from the Department of Defense pulled up. So I don't know what you're looking at. And then this is the other one right here. Right, it says daily from 2000 to 2300. And again, that is going to be this up here is when it was put out. And then 1900 Eastern Daylight Time might be the time that it starts, but I don't see that. That's not. Because that's not right. 1900. It says here 2000. That doesn't match either. I'm going by the official notification. This is what I'm going by. Because 2000 for that area is not 1900. There's 3 hours difference here. That's this 1900 here would be 1600 here. That's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Correct. Economic zone is 200 miles. Yeah, it's now is taking place. Yeah. Oh, that's the ending time, is what you're saying. Well, no, that can't be it either. Well, yeah, from Zulu time, yes. 1923. Yeah, from Zulu time. It's 11 days because it's the 16th through the 26th. Yeah, it's the 16th through the 26th. Those are training areas. Is the dotted area. He's not walking on eggshells. He's stumbling into pins. We don't know how many ships. Do not know how many ships. Hit the thumbs up, folks. Join the network if you haven't already. I think it's going to be done by both, Rock. There's D. You flying tonight, buddy? Well, I just got good news. My mom is moving to Texas. She'll be here on Wednesday. No, I do not know when the first F-16 entered or will enter, and even if I did, I wouldn't say. So thank you, guys. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, folks. I've only had 1,100 likes, and I've got over 9,000 views. And the crazy part about this is when I end this video, they're going to take 2,000 of those off of there. So thank you, Peter. The darker red box is where the Russians are. The red box to the right of that is U.S. training area. It doesn't matter how big, we won't stand up to them. UK, they do that because they don't want you to have viewers, buddy. They don't want you to have viewers. They do it to me all the time. That's right, Seasons. Ding, 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 ding. Correct. Next door to our training area, and we'll be there for 11 days. Because they're firing missiles, pork. Well, boot drive, the missiles they fire could easily hit us. And that there is lined up. Technically, if they were on the lower southwest corner and they were firing towards the northeast corner, if it continued to fly over, that would be in San Francisco if it flew in a straight line. Now, they had tornadoes northwest of Dallas last night at 3 o'clock in the morning. She's on her way to Texas. She'll be here on Wednesday. The news about my mom. She's moving to Texas with us. Not moving into the house. She's moving here. Which would be a good thing. I've been to McKinney many times, as well as Jacksonville. Nobody likes this, Wolverines. Nobody likes this. Yeah, roger that, UK. Well, the fact that they're firing missiles over in Europe on the same days they have a NOTAM for over there, that's not good. We don't know, Bebop. We don't know. Yeah, roger that, Mike. Welcome aboard. All right. We'll see you at midnight. I hate YouTube. I can't play music. I can't do all kinds of shit here. I got videos I want to show you, but I can't show them to you on YouTube because they'll give me a copyright strike. Even though it's news. But first off, we don't do the rumor mill. And second off, China is not going to attack Taiwan. They have another plan for taking Taiwan in the treaty after they attack South Korea and Japan. Correct. YouTube violates the Fair Use Act all the time, Sam. They don't need to attack Taiwan with an aircraft carrier. And their aircraft carrier, it got a quack in it. Big quack. Cheap metal. I did a whole segment about Russia or China and their aircraft carrier. They don't even have enough power to launch aircraft and maintain propulsion at the same time. Imagine that. You have to cut off the drive motors to launch an airplane. And they were bragging about their aircraft carrier. I said, well, tell me one thing. What aircraft does the Chinese have that they can launch from an aircraft carrier?
Survey said.
None. The Chinese do not have a single aircraft that has ever been catapult launched from an aircraft carrier. They don't even have a plane made to be catapult launched from an aircraft carrier. Russia doesn't have an aircraft made to be launched from a catapult. To date, China has never, ever launched an aircraft with a catapult. And the ship that they made, that's a scale model of the Ford, basically, well, it's a fucking joke because it doesn't set nearly as low in the water as it should because they use cheap metal and they cut back on the amount of metal inside of their ship. So it's fucking top heavy and sits too high out of the water. So in rough seas, it's going to be throwing shit over the side. They don't have a vertical takeoff aircraft. Okay, so they got numbers. Deuteronomy Yes, I showed you the Russian ship with a quack, or the Chinese ship with a quack in it. China doesn't make better quality anything. Actually, yes, they can, because it's only like 30 some miles from Alaska, or from Alaska to Russia. You go across the strait. Anytime. Glad you got educated. So many people are uneducated. Oh, it's a joke, is what it is. Oh, there's a C2A headed out to the area. Yeah, sure it is, Gary.
I do not respond to hunches.
What do you mean they're not competent? They hit their own ship the other day. And they have the ability to convert a ship, or the Ukrainians do, have the ability to convert a Russian ship into a Russian submarine in a matter of minutes. The Russians are going to launch missiles off the west coast of the United States, is what's happening. For 11 days. Oh yeah, Phil, it's awesome. We're thrilled. Not necessary, Alexander. Ukraine has their own surveillance capabilities. We believe it's ships and submarines. We don't know for sure, but you're going to have all those ships out there for 11 days. Why not bring a sub? Yeah, roger that, like dog. We ain't worried about Hawaii. No, it's in international water, Stephen. Yeah, roger that, Pick. Well, we'll see about that, Cheddar. Yes, I have. In fact, I have a friend of mine who works on that program as well as the same program for counter mortar. In fact, I was on the phone with him about 2 hours ago. Yeah, Chris, you need to join is what you need to do, buddy. Don't buy me a coffee, join. That way you get information for it. I hate when people buy me a coffee and they don't join because I feel like they're not getting enough for their money. I want them to see how the network works. I want them to get information for a month. So don't buy me a coffee, just join for a month. I mean, if you want to buy me a coffee too, that's fine, but I prefer people join for a month. If they want to buy me a couple of coffees, join. That way I feel like I'm giving you something for what you got. What the fuck? They're a few hundred miles. Well, they're not going to do anything in Poland until after NATO leaves. So they're not leaving for another few weeks, as far as I know. I'd have to go get the date. So, but they're going to wait till NATO leaves and NATO gets all their shit back home. No, Kevin, I don't think I have. Boot dive. You should have listened to the NATO briefing this morning. The Russian military is now larger than it has been. And we've been tracking them bringing a 3.5 million man army in. We're tracking it every day. Go back to the beginning of the broadcast, Robert. Please be kind, rewind, because I'm getting ready to end this. I got to get ready for tonight. Yes, here's the NOTAM. There it is. There's the official warning. Stu. The dotted line off the coast is the U.S. training area. No, the Russians are getting their asses kicked in Ukraine. They've lost 50% of the land they originally took. You feel like you're at West Point. They don't give you this good of an education at West Point. What the fuck are you talking about? All right, thank you. You DM'd it to me on Twitter, X. Yeah, we got proof that they're not flying through the area. Right there it is. How many planes do you see flying in that area? None. Right here's the area. There are none there. It's a U.S. Navy training area, not a trading area. Correct, Randy? They're doing it for 11 days. Look, you should always be digging new trenches because the commander that was on Ukraine who supported Russia didn't dig the trenches. And they're getting their asses kicked. Russia lost 1,740 men in one fucking day. So yeah, they took a yard for every man they lost. Well, I've been tracking the war in Ukraine since I went there. Actually, since before that, since Russia went in 2014. I was in Ukraine in January of 2015. I was the first American to go to Ukraine and train Ukrainian troops. I had trained Ukrainian special forces in Ukraine in January of 2015. Back when people didn't even know how to say Ukraine and couldn't even find it on a fucking map, I was over there boots on the ground. So these motherfuckers that come in here and try to tell me what's going on in Ukraine, yeah, right. I've been at it for a fucking decade. Yeah, 1,740 men died. And a lot of that's already been lost there, Super Fortnite. That's bullshit, Kevin. That's bullshit. Blue helmets in the United States are nothing more than targets. Selective service isn't going to do anything. Yeah, they should. They're Bocal, they should. Well, they want to show they want to show a force. You talk about the one at Bradley. I haven't read the NOTAM you're looking at. Is that the one for the over in the Baltics as well? Oh, yeah, there's a Baltic NOTAM. At the exact same time as this one. That's what we've been trying to tell you. Yeah, nobody else is going to tell you this. This is why you guys need to go join the network, folks. Link at the top of the chat. No, the Baltic is not up next to Atlantic. That's the Bering Sea. Baltic is next to Europe. So go sign up, folks. Go sign up. So welcome, Kay. Thank you, Pork, for the coffee. I wish you'd become a member, though, buddy. Got a new bronze. Thank you, Talon. Welcome aboard. Got a new silver BMX. Welcome aboard. Gunny, you got canceled by Stripe, buddy. You need to check with them about your credit card. Welcome, Big Buck. Thanks for joining. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate the coffee, buddy. Welcome aboard, Pete. Lots of new people. Welcome to the network. Yes, John, you are. NOTAM means Notice to Airmen. Unless you're Pete Booty Juice. Yeah, it's worth way more than $10, that's for sure. No, it's not on the news, RG. That's why people come to KLW World News, because we give you the news nobody else will. We're here to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you, RG. So help me God and anybody else that can support it. Yeah, KLW World News is the best addiction you can ever have. It don't rot your teeth and you don't get any diseases from it. Can you what? Can we get live movements on flight radar? That is live. What the fuck? You don't think that airplane's moving? Yeah, we're way more addicting than crack and a lot better for you. Well, he's already passed the area. The area that's got the restricted area is right here. So this is the area that's restricted. Yeah, roger that. They got to be moving mock to see him moving at that screen. You got to go get a cup of coffee and come back. Well, thank you, Russ. We appreciate it. Well, folks, I love you, but I got to go because I got to get ready for tonight's show. I got a lot more shit to put up than I had originally anticipated. So go to the link at the top of the chat, sign up there. That way you get a notification for the show. You'll also be invited to the War Watch tonight because our War Watches are private. So yeah, roger that. So go get signed up. Link is at the top of the chat. It's the best $10 you ever spent. Yes. So silver will get bronze gets you access to more stuff than silver does. Bronze puts you in line to get on the network is what bronze does. Plus it gets you some additional after hour stuff plus some additional classes. So as a bronze, we treat you like a member and we give you the same education we give members. We created the bronze because we've ran out of space on the network and we're having software engineers rewrite the software so we're going to put more people on the network. So what we've done is we've created a waiting line to get on to the network, and that's what bronzes are. So we're giving everybody that's a bronze the same education that we're giving everybody else. It's just they can't get on the network. So that's why it's less. So, but yeah, go get your education there. Yeah, Melissa, 40 seconds is all it takes. From the time they push the button until the lights can go out, if they chose to do that. And we're not going to respond in 40 seconds. It'll be over before we do anything. So with that, folks, I have got to get out of here. There's the area that the NOTAM's in, and that is the NOTAM. And where is that fucking pig?
That's all, folks.